Hi, during this lesson we would like to look at adding a booklet to a menu item. Before doing so, I would quickly want to look at the place where we could do some global settings. You'd see that there is a pages, books, categories and component feature, which gives us the possibility to hide the link back to us if you'd like. Also to set some features for the categories, the books, per book, and pages. These are easy tools to make changes to the CSS and JavaScript actions within the booklets themselves. You could play around with these. We've set them to some nice defaults, and if you only know what you're doing, you could make some changes to that. So we'll leave it as it is. When you install the extension, it adds a set of hidden menus to your Joomla installation. These menus are needed for search engine optimization to create nice looking links to your front end of the booklet. These menus can be found under menus, hidden JMBooklet. Let's open that. So there are one here that you can change. It's linked directly to a book. And then there are 4 that we would ask that you wouldn't change this unless you want to maybe change the name from book to something else. But for the most part, these links must exist. You can rename them, but they should remain published for the application to work without complications for search engine optimizational links. Okay, now let's open this menu item that's linking directly to a book. You can see that as a menu type we selected one book in the selection option, gave it a name, and then selected the book that we wanted, which is Christian Bishop. And we have a page setting which basically tells the page on which page do we want this link to open. We said we wanted to have it open on page number 7, and the return link would be using global settings in regards to how that is treated. You could hide it or show it, and that will enforce this link back to the categories of that book to stay visible on the page. Okay, so we won't make any changes here. Let's close out of there. Now, to have this book displayed correctly, it must be loading on a page without any modules beside it because of its width. The width of the book was set within the application. Let's quickly look at that again. So we go to Booklet, Books, Christian Bishop, Display Options. We see that here the book width is left blank. That means that we are using the default settings from the global settings for all books. Let's go look at that. So we close out here again, and we click on Options, and then Book, and we see the default value for all books is set to 800 by 500 height. That means if the book is to load in the front on a page, we need 800 pixels of space for the book to display correctly. If that is not there, the book will obviously be cranked up to the side and not be visible all the way. So we must ensure that no modules load next to this book for it to present itself correctly. We can close out here. Let's go back to the menu item of that specific book, Christian Bishop. Now we have a tab here that says menu assignment to this menu item. Sorry, module assignment to this menu item. And we see that there's a lot of modules that is set to all. Now, some of these modules are on the top at the bottom, but some of them are on the side. The easiest way for us to make sure that these menu items are not, these module items are not a problem, is in effect to load the front page and look at all the modules that display next to the book and make it look nice. So here we are on the front page, or the front of the website. We see the book isn't showing all the way, and so we see that there's 1, 2, 3, 4, seems like 5 modules in the way: a login module, most read, blog poll, older post, and a menu. So now let's go to modules. Okay, let's do old posts first. And we go to, on all pages, we say only pages selected. We go to the hidden menu, unselect that menu, and save and close. This we do for all the modules that are in the way. There's still one left. Now we have the book displaying the whole page, and we can see it working nicely, paging through the book. You can have links in it, images. Here is a link back to us. There's the link returning to books, and everything seems to be working well. Could also have a video in it. Well, that is adding a book to a menu item and making sure that it displays nicely on the front page. Thank you for watching.